Hello. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, every single time I say hello to you guys, I really feel awkward. I don't know why. I don't want to be there like, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, but it is that though, isn't it? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So thank you for joining me. If you're new, then welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back, because I don't know why you did. Is the lighting really bright? If I feel like it is, isn't it? Should we turn it down a little bit, just a smidge? Maybe. Yeah, okay, that's better. I think the lighting's better now. I'm not really too sure. Quite far away. I really need to get back into the swing of this thing. Anyway, moving on. Today, I thought I would do a nice, chilled out, sit down story time. So just real quick before we get into it though, I just want to say that I don't want to put pressure on myself to upload like a million times a week. This time round I'm going to be uploading every Wednesday and Sunday because I feel like they are really good days. I feel like those are the kind of days that people just want to sit, relax and watch YouTube videos. That's going to be my little uploading schedule for quite a while until I feel like I've got enough time on my hands to upload a little bit more. I was going to have a cup of tea to sit down and talk to you guys with, but there's no milk, so I can't have a cup of tea. But it's quite warm anyway today, especially sitting in front of this light. So I've gone for some cold Fanta in one of the Disney glasses that we bought from Disneyland. It says Mickey Mouse on it and it has a little, I don't know, can you see that? Can you see? Wow, look at my chin. Did you see my chins then? Wow. And I thought I'd go for a little stainless steel straw as well. My cousin gave these to me the other day. You can make quite a lot of noise with them. Ultimately, it's like helping towards saving the environment, right? And I think they're just really cool. But mine, I'm more than aware that mine is like a little bit too long for my glass. If you haven't got any, get some as well, especially for this time of year where all of a sudden it's just got so hot. If you have a nice cold drink, it makes the straw nice and cold. Anyway, let's get into the video, into the chat. So today I want to share with you my little story, give you a little bit of background. So I'm going to talk about when I found out that I was pregnant and how I found out, and then telling my parents, and then telling James, of course, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about finding out the gender. Let's start with how I found out. Okay, so I know this is going to sound bizarre, but I just knew. Like I just knew. I felt different, for sure. Like something about me was not right. I wasn't being normal. My mood swings were just off the chart. My skin was, even worse. Like if you've watched my previous videos and you thought it was bad then, let me tell you something right now. It was worse. That was quite a big build up for such a little answer. But yeah, my skin just got so bad. And then, now this is actually the main thing that made me think, hold up a sec, what's going on here? I don't like coffee. I don't like coffee hot, I don't like coffee cold. The only thing, coffee flavoured thing, I would ever have is coffee cake, like coffee and walnut cake, right? That's the only thing coffee flavoured I would ever go near. Come at me with like hot coffee or like coffee milk or something, you're just gonna get like palmed in the face. You're gonna get a palm in the face. I don't want it. I don't want it. One day I was in Tesco and my brother, or my mum bought for my brother, one of those Starbucks like coffee milk drinks that come in like them little cute, really cute little glass bottles. And I actually had the urge to try one as well, so I got one. And I had fallen in love with this coffee milk drink thing. And I couldn't get enough. And then I tried another flavour, which was like the caramel latte one. And oh my goodness, I like lived off of them. This was so not normal for me. I was like, something is not right. Like seriously, something is not right here. I had a pregnancy test already because I had a pregnancy scare before. So I had one spare and I thought, I'm just going to take it, like just in case, and see what's going on, like see if it is that. I was fully expecting for it to be negative. You know how it is, you take the pregnancy test, you have to wait like a minute or two, however long it is, and then you look and you expect to see negative. And I looked and it was one of those digital clear blue ones that actually says like pregnant or not pregnant, and it said pregnant. At first, my initial reaction, I got this mad rush of adrenaline through my entire body and like pure excitement. Like I can't explain how much excitement I had rushing through my body at this one particular time, but it only lasted for like a split second. That's what it feels like anyway. And it only lasted for a split second because straight away from being excited, I went to thinking, shit, oh my god, I'm pregnant. And I got scared. I'm not gonna lie, I got scared. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's not me saying I didn't want to be pregnant, not in the slightest. I've always wanted to be a young mum, so I was happy about it, but I was scared, which is so natural, I think, because at the end of the day, your body, you know that your body's about to go through so much stuff. Yet if you're experiencing it for the first time, you know to expect like a lot of shit, but you don't really quite know what shit. And also you're thinking like, oh my god, I'm bringing a person into this world. I need to look after this person. I need to provide for this person and give this little person everything that I possibly can give. And all of a sudden, it's no longer you. Like, it's no longer you that you have to look out for, that you have to think about. It's just your whole life from that moment just is changed. It's just, everything's just different. Obviously, the first person I told was James. Now, at the time, James was working away, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to tell him in person. But what I did is I took a picture of the pregnancy test, and I phoned him. And then I put him on loudspeaker, and I was like, "You okay, hon? Like, what are you doing? Playing Xbox, blah, blah, blah." Right? And then I said, "I've just sent you a photo on Facebook. Have a little look." Obviously, I'm shaking. I'm like on the verge of tears. He could probably hear in my voice that my voice was like breaking. I was seriously so nervous. And then, of course, the photo didn't deliver. So he was like, "I can't see it. I can't see the photo. What is it? What's going on?" And then I sent it to him on WhatsApp, and I was like, "Oh my god, okay, I'll send it to you on WhatsApp instead. Like, have a look on that." Of course, it's not going to send to you when I need it to. The one thing I need for you to see doesn't deliver to you, whatever. Anyway, so he got it through WhatsApp, and he was just like, "What's that?" I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was definitely shocked. Like, I don't know what he said word for word, I can't remember because it was such a moment. He was like, "What the hell is that? Is that real? Are you pregnant?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." I think he sort of went through the same emotion, but more scared than excited to begin with. I think it's different for females and males because obviously as a female, you're the one that's pregnant, you're the one that's carrying the child already, even though, you know, it was such early stages. He was scared, I think. He was excited. I knew he was excited, but he was also really scared, which again is so natural. Instantly, the first thing that we worried about was money, which I think everybody worries about, to be honest, because babies, like, they are expensive. It's not that they are expensive, but it's all the stuff that you've got to get for them to make sure that you have everything organised, everything that they're going to need, everything that you're going to need for them. There's a lot that goes with it, so that obviously is something that we worried about. But ultimately, it didn't take long at all for us to just think, do you know what? This is happening now, and we're going to be parents, and let's embrace it. All of a sudden, everything just like turned into happiness and just pure excitement. Now let's move on to family. So at the time, obviously, I was living at home with my mum, my dad and my older brother, and I didn't go to my mum or dad first. I went to my brother first. His room was like above mine, so I went upstairs and I was really super sheepish, and I was like, I have something that I need to tell you. I'm pregnant. He just laughed. I don't think he really was expecting it, not at that time anyway. Like, he just laughed at me because I don't think he really knew what to say. But him being the older sibling, he obviously knows ways around our parents, so I had to ask his advice, basically. Like, I was like, how the hell do I break this to mum and dad? He was like, the best thing you can do is just tell them. Just tell them. Get out of the way, get it done, just let them know. So the next morning, I go into my mum's room, and I was gonna wait for like me and my mum to go out for the day or something, so that it was just me and her, and I could tell her, because I'm very close with my mum. We have a very open relationship. She is like my ultimate best friend. So yeah, I can tell her anything, and I know she will be there for me. She won't judge me. She's the ultimate mum, basically. That's not me bragging in any way. I feel extremely lucky to have the relationship that I do with my mum. Even though I don't live at home anymore, we still have such a great relationship. So that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for us to be alone one day and just tell her. But no one else was around, so she did go mad. She couldn't have a go at me too much in front of anyone. But the next morning, I could not wait. I had to just tell her. I just had to tell her. And I just went into her bedroom and I was like, Mum, I'm going to be what you are. I'm going to be a mum too. That is literally what I said to her. I know that sounds really super duper cringy, but I didn't know what else to say, because I was expecting her to shout at me, and I was expecting it to go a lot worse. So I figured that it didn't really matter how I said it or what I said, as long as I got the point across to her. Do you know what I mean? How my mum reacted, she wasn't angry. She didn't have a go at me. At the end of the day, I was 20 at the time. She couldn't really have a go at me, and I mean that, Mum, in the nicest way possible if you're watching this. She couldn't have a go at me, if you know what I mean. Like, being a 20-year-old young woman, it was entirely up to me what I wanted to do in my life and what I wanted to do next, where I wanted to go, whether I wanted to keep it or if I wanted to get rid of it. But I knew no matter what, she would have supported me and had my back. 100%. So in all honesty, my mum was a little bit like iffy about it, if I'm being honest, just because at the time I wasn't in the best financial situation. I haven't ever gone to university. I don't have like any degrees or anything behind me, which I do want to do one day, but I've never been ready for it. So it's not like I had a backup plan, if you know what I mean. I think my mum just wanted me to live a little bit more before I gave my life to another person, like my child. And trust me, it did not take long at all for her to feel excited. Just like me and James, we literally, before my 12-week scan, we were in Matalan buying baby clothes. Like, it didn't take long at all for everyone to get excited, really. The hardest one was my dad. You can probably imagine. I mean, come on, he's my dad. I'm his little girl in his eyes. I didn't tell him because I was so afraid to tell him, because I knew that he wouldn't approve of it to begin with. He's a very, very traditional man. So because I wasn't living with James, we definitely aren't married. We're not even engaged, so hint hint. So in his eyes, we were not ready to bring a child into the world. And I can see where he was coming from. I can understand that. But because I knew that, I was so freaking scared to tell him. The amount of times that I was stood next to him and I just opened my mouth to go, like, by the way, Dad, I'm pregnant. It's ridiculous, and I bottled it every single time. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. In the end, anyway, my mum told him, which I felt bad about, because I feel like it would have been so much more respectful and so much more better for him if it did come from me. But I said to my mum, like, I can't do it. I physically cannot do it. She did it for me, and I was out of the house for the day when she told him, and when I came back, I cannot even tell you how much tension there was in the house. It was awkward. It was awkward. He didn't really talk to me to begin with. I think not because he was angry or not because he hated me, but it was the fact that he just needed a little bit of time to process that, because it is life-changing, not just for me, not just for James, but for everyone else around us as well. It's life-changing for our parents, our siblings, our friends. So yeah, my dad needed a couple days to just be by himself and just think about it. But again, it did not take long for him to come around to it. As soon as I went for my 12-week scan and I came back with a picture of an actual baby, I think that's when things started becoming real, like really real for everyone. So when I went for my 12-week scan, I was like, oh my goodness. Like they put the Doppler on my belly and obviously did their little moving around bit. And when they went across my tummy, and I saw on the screen on the wall in front of me a blip, like a little tiny blip of my baby. I wasn't expecting to see an actual baby. I was expecting to see like a circle or something, but I was not expecting to see like a head and a body. It was magical. And then the next scan after that, which is the next subject we'll talk about, is, of course, the gender. Oh my goodness. I need just 2 seconds, hang on. From the get-go, James wanted a boy. Naturally, I think that is a guy thing. Guys want sons, like they want boys. I wasn't fussed. Like, I had so many people ask me, like, what do you want? What do you want? And I would always say, like, I'm not really fussed. Like, I'm not too bothered, to be honest. Like, if it's a girl, it's a girl. If it's a boy, then it's a boy. It doesn't make any difference to me. As long as they're healthy, which I know that sounds so cliche, but it's true. As long as my baby's healthy and here, like, eventually, then that's all that matters to me. We went to this scan, right? And we hadn't really planned, like, we knew we were going to do a gender reveal, but we hadn't really planned for when and what we were going to do and blah blah blah. So we thought we'd just go to the scan and we'll find out first. If you don't know what a scan room looks like, you have the couch that you lay on, and then you have the midwife next to you, who is, obviously she has a screen next to you that she's looking on and taking all the measurements and stuff. And then up opposite you on the, like, where you're laying on the couch on the wall, there's another screen. You can see what your midwife is seeing. Every single scan we've gone to, James is always looking up at this, like, monitor, like literally like this, like a child, like, who just can't believe their luck. He was looking out at the screen, and the midwife's like moving the Doppler around, taking all the measurements, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she goes, "I can see a willy, you're having a boy." And oh my god, I cannot even explain. The atmosphere in the room just changed so quickly, like just pure happiness. And James just like had the biggest smile ever on his face. So he's looking up at the screen and he turns around and he's like, "I wish the eyes could take pictures, because I'm the only person that saw that face." And it was, oh, I've never seen so much happiness on one person's face before. It was incredible. It was such a nice moment. So James like walked over to me where I was laying on the couch, and he was like, what did you say? And she said, "You're having a boy, like I can see there's a willy there, you're having a boy." And we just looked at each other and just could not stop smiling, like literally just couldn't stop smiling. Like I think we both genuinely like nearly cried. I definitely had tears in my eyes, and I think James did too, to be honest. Don't know if he'll ever admit that or not, because he's, you know, he's a guy, but he definitely, I think he did. So that evening, what we done is we wanted to tell our parents, like our families first, before anybody else. And we arranged for my parents and my brother to come over to James's, well, mine and James's, and we got some confetti cannons as well, and we did like a little like mini reveal to them and told them that we were having a boy. So that was on the Wednesday that we found out, and we did that and told our family. On the Saturday, the following Saturday, we did a barbecue and invited our friends, and we got one of those big like you know, those big balloons that have the confetti in them. Then we obviously just told everyone what we were having. Our friend Meg came and took some pictures for us. She took some really lovely pictures. So that is how I found out, how I told my family, how I told James, how we told our friends what we were having. Going forward from here, what I will do is I have so many videos that I want to record. So the videos as well that I'm going to be kind of like recording are kind of like lifestyle videos now. I'm not going to focus so much on makeup until later on, because I haven't got my dressing table here yet. We're redecorating the bedroom, so there's no room in there yet for it. As soon as that's all done, my dressing table will be coming over here from home, like from my parents' house. Then I will have more of a makeup like vanity background, so I can start doing like makeup-y bits again then. But until then, I am going to do a lot of baby sort of like videos, like pregnancy videos, which I personally enjoy watching anyway. And then I've got some other ideas as well. I'm basically just going to kind of record the type of videos that I like watching. So I'm sorry if there's like a mix match, or like you feel like there's no theme going through my channel. But yeah, so that's it really. If you feel like you have any questions, or you feel like there's anything that I didn't quite cover or didn't cover well enough, then comment down below and I will be more than happy to go through it with you, like tell you again, record again, whatever. So that's it for this video. If you did enjoy it, then make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!